Touch something hot, and your hand is already gone before you feel the pain. Not after. Before. By the time the heat reaches your awareness, the decision has already been made, the muscles already pulled, the danger already escaped. And here is the strange part. That decision was not made in your brain. It was made lower, in your back, in a cord of nerve tissue running down your spine that thinks faster than you do. You have been told you have one brain. You have two, and the second one has been hiding in plain sight, inside the bones of your back, your entire life. You may have heard that your gut is a second brain. It is true. The lining of your gut holds hundreds of millions of neurons, enough to run your digestion without a single command from above. But there is another second brain, older in the story of your body, and far more powerful. It does not just digest, it moves you, it protects you, it decides for you. And the people who first understood its power were not neuroscientists. They were yogis, sitting in silence. Thousands of years ago, they could not open the body. They had no microscopes. And yet they pointed straight at your spine and called it the most sacred structure you own. How did they know? To the yogis, the spine was not a stack of bones. It was an axis. They called it the Merudanda, the staff of Mount Meru, the mythic mountain they believed stood at the center of the universe. Your backbone, they said, was a small model of the cosmic axis itself, the center pole around which everything in you turns. And running through the very core of that axis, they described a channel, not a vein, not a nerve, as we would name it, a subtle channel of energy they called the sushumna. The sushumna ran from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, the great highway of your life force. On either side of it spiraled two more channels, the ida and the pingala, crossing like two serpents winding up a staff. If that image feels familiar, it should. The same twin serpent staff became the symbol of medicine itself, carried across the world, its origin half forgotten. Along this central channel, the yogis mapped 7 wheels of energy, 7 chakras. Chakra simply means wheel, a spinning center, where the energy of the body gathers and turns. From the base of the spine to the crown, each wheel governed a different layer of you, body, emotion, will, love, voice, vision, and beyond. And at the very bottom, coiled and sleeping, they placed the source of it all. They called her Kundalini, the coiled one, a serpent of pure energy, wound 3.5 times around the base of your spine, waiting. Most people, the yogis taught, live their whole lives with this power asleep, but through breath, through posture, through stillness, the serpent could be woken, and when it woke, it would rise, up through the central channel, through each of the 7 wheels in turn, igniting each chakra as it climbed, until it reached the crown, and the whole spine became a column of light. This was their map of awakening, and the entire path ran up the spine. It sounds like myth, like poetry, written in the language of the body, but strip away the imagery, and the yogis were describing something modern science would not catch up to for thousands of years, that your spine is not a cable. It is a brain. Here is what they sensed, and what we can now prove. Your spinal cord is not a passive wire carrying messages to and from the brain. It is a dense ribbon of nerve tissue that can sense, decide, and act entirely on its own. Return to the hot stove. When your fingers touch the heat, the signal races inward toward the spine, but it does not travel all the way up to your brain to ask what to do. There is no time for that. The brain is too far, and the journey too slow. Instead, the spinal cord answers immediately. It fires the command back down to your muscles. Pull away, now. Your hand is moving before the message of pain has even reached your mind. This is a reflex, And a reflex is your second brain making a decision without you. You did not choose it. You did not think it. Your spine thought it for you. And it was right. But reflexes are only the beginning. Your spine does something far more astonishing. It can generate movement on its own. Whole patterns of it. Think of walking. You feel as though you are in control of every step. But you are not. And you do not need to be. Deep in your spinal cord lie circuits the scientists call central pattern generators. Small networks that produce rhythm by themselves. Left, right, left, right. The steady rhythm of walking is not written in your brain. It is written in your spine. More than 100 years ago, a physiologist named Thomas Graham Brown showed this in a way that stunned his peers. He demonstrated that the spinal cord could produce the rhythm of stepping, even when it was completely cut off from the brain. The pattern did not come from above. It came from the cord itself. The rhythm lived in the spine. A century later, a neuroscientist named Sten Grillner mapped these spinal networks in extraordinary detail. He showed that the basic engine of locomotion, the rhythm that carries you forward through the world, is built into the spinal cord, ready to run. Your brain does not micromanage your steps. It simply tells the spine to begin, and the spine takes over. A second brain, running the rhythm of your body, while your first brain is free to dream, to plan, to wander. And now the part that changes everything. Your second brain can learn, not metaphorically. The spinal cord on its own can be trained, can adapt, can remember. In one of the most remarkable lines of research in modern neuroscience, a scientist named Reggie Edgerton studied spinal cords separated from the brain, and he found that those spinal cords could be taught new movements, could improve with practice, could hold what they had learned, with no help from the brain at all. He went further. By sending gentle electrical stimulation into the spines of people who were paralyzed, who could not move their legs at all, he helped awaken movement that everyone believed was lost forever. The spine, it turned out, still held the patterns. It was sleeping. Not gone, sleeping, waiting to be woken. Does that language sound familiar? Thousands of years before a single electrode touched a human spine, the yogis had said exactly this, that a sleeping power lay coiled at the base of the spine, waiting to be awakened. They did not have the words neurons or circuits. They had the words serpent and fire, but they were looking at the same thing you carry in your back right now, which brings us to something the yogis insisted on, almost above all else. Sit with a straight spine. In every tradition of meditation, from the Himalayas to the temples of the East, the first instruction was the same. Lengthen the spine. Let it rise. For centuries, this seemed like a rule about discipline, about sitting properly. But it was never only about discipline. A slumped spine is a compressed highway. The channel narrows. The flow struggles. A straight spine is an open one. The central channel runs clear from base to crown, and everything moves more freely along it. The yogis were not correcting your manners. They were clearing the path for your second brain to do its work. Posture, to them, was not etiquette. It was engineering. So here is the practice they left behind. The one you can try tonight. It is a way of breathing along the spine. Simple, quiet, and older than memory. Sit upright. Somewhere quiet. Let your spine grow tall. The crown of your head lifting gently toward the ceiling, as if a thread were pulling it upward. Close your eyes and bring your attention to the very base of your spine. Now, breathe in slowly. And as you do, imagine the breath rising up the inside of your spine, from its base all the way to the crown of your head. Feel it climb, vertebra by vertebra, like light moving up a column. Then breathe out slowly, and let that warmth settle back down the spine. from the crown to the base, up with the in-breath, down with the out-breath. Slow, smooth, and unhurried. This simple practice is a thread of what the yogis called spinal breathing, a gentle awakening of the central channel. You are not forcing anything. You are not chasing serpents or fireworks of light. You are simply doing what your spine has always known how to do, carrying life up and down its length. Do this for a few quiet minutes before sleep. And as you breathe, remember what you are speaking to. Not a stack of bones, not a passive cable, a second brain. The oldest line of intelligence in your body, running quietly down your back, deciding, moving, remembering, alive. Touch something hot, and your hand is already gone before you feel the pain. You once thought that was just a reflex, a small accident of the body. Now you know the truth. It was your second brain, the one the yogis bowed to, the one coiled in your spine, doing what it has always done, protecting you, moving you, thinking, in the dark, beneath your awareness. Tonight, sit tall. Breathe up the length of your spine and listen to the second mind you have carried, unnoticed, all along.